Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another week in my life vlog and a little life update. So today's video we're going over, you'll watch the process of how I made my, second rug pillow. The first rug pillow I actually made was for my my confidential goods. It's crazy having two businesses that start with the C. But my confidential goods rug sign, the outdoor sign, or technically outdoors, it's inside of the building, but that was the first rug pillow I made, and I didn't really stuff it that much. But this video is going to be about how the whole process of how I made this two saying loop pile and cut pile rug. So here you guys can see I'm cold when it comes to the carving. It took me a while. So I first started tufting in December of 2022, and I'm just amazed, and I'm just so appreciative that y'all can see this whole process and like how good I actually got. Like it's really just that love, you know, that you put into your art and how much your skill can grow. So I'm very proud of how these letters came out. I'm like, the letters are going to make or break this pillow. It has to be crisp, and this I feel like was the crispest I ever got these letters to look, so you can actually read what it says from farther away. So and here I am, this is Tuesday, I'm going around with the border. So the words were cut pile. I wanted to have that two texture kind of feel and perspective or view of the pillow. So the border, or the inside of color, solid color, is going to be loop pile, and the words were cut pile. I just feel like a G now. Like I'm still kind of, when I have to change it, I still kind of forget, or like while I'm trying to re-screw everything back together. But I feel like a mechanic when I take my gun apart, or like if I'm cleaning it and I have to unscrew everything, or if like I'm changing it to the loop pile setting. See, I'm just comparing the two here, but you can see how I filled up this canvas. But I just feel like a G when I need to like switch things out. It's like a little screw that you unscrew so it stops cutting and it starts to loop the yarn. So you guys can see that two texture going on here. It looks like natural hair almost. Like I really like the texture that loop pile does. So I'm really excited that I have the 2-in-1 tufting gun. I got it at Michael's if anybody was interested. I actually did a video about the equipment or supplies that you actually need to start your tufting journey. So if you've been watching my journey and you're interested in learning how to make your own rugs, you can continue to watch my videos, but you can also start to see the supplies, or purchase the supplies. So I'm just cutting these strawberries up, making a quick little snack for Bear. I feel like I don't show a whole lot of homemaking content, so I just wanted to add that in. Here I always have to push my frame out into like the back hallway, and so that's where the glue dries. So I give it an entire day, or at least overnight, for it to dry, and it turns from like a light cream color to like this kind of icky dark carpet. It's a weird carpet adhesive. I got this at Lowe's. I usually buy the small $6 tubs of it, but I feel like I should start buying those huge tubs. Like when I was first tufting and was in these Facebook groups, I'm like, why do these people have these huge tubs? I'm like, oh, because you guys are making huge rugs. And it's just like, when I first started out, I was only really making coasters and like really small things, or my keychains. Those are my first things that I like really made. But now I'm getting into making bigger rugs because now I have a bigger frame. I started out with just like a PVC, I think that's the acronym for it, kind of tufting frame that you could, it was the cheap like $40 one you could buy at Michael's. That's where I got like all of my supplies to start out. But yeah, so you let it dry for 24 hours, and then here I am cutting it out on the frame so it still holds its shape. And now we're gonna go and cut little slits around the entire rugs, the pillow and this floor rug, the Bubby rug I'm making. I should have mentioned that. This is the misadventures of Flapjack and the character Bubby. I really want to start a Cartoon Network character series, so the next rug or idea I have in mind will be a courage rug, but I do have like a ever extending list of ideas, so I don't know what I'll get to next, if it will continue with the Cartoon Network series, but I do have so many ideas lined up. But this process right now, this is when it gets fun. So it's like there's good, for me personally, it's like there's fun parts of the tufting, and then there's parts that like are a drag, and like this is like the finish line like portion. Like this is the last hump to get over. Once you make those slits, and then you're gonna hot glue, I don't know if I showed that part, but then you want to hot glue the little slits down so it curves around the rug, the monk's cloth. That's what I was cutting, that curves around it so you don't see the fabric underneath. So that's why you make those slits. But here I am. Before nap time, I was able to sew 3 edges, and like I think I'm still finishing like one side, and then I have the last side to go. But I was able to finish 3 sides, stitching that up before bedtime or for nap time. And now I'm stuffing this pillow with scraps, and ever since I started my tufting journey, I've been saving all of my scraps because I knew one day I would figure out how to make my own pillows. And so I have like a few bags, I think there's like 3 bags of just yarn scraps, because I'm like, yarn after a while can get expensive. Yeah, it's like $4 a skein, $4 or $5 a skein, I guess, depending on where you go. But like I still only use like 1 string when I'm tufting. Some people like to double it, but I think that the thickness, that's why people usually double their strings going through the gun when they're tufting, but I haven't really noticed a difference. I still think that my rugs are thick. Sorry, Carrie just had called me, but like I was in the middle of my thought. But I feel like still using just 1 string to make my rugs, I haven't noticed like a less dense rug sensation. I still think my rugs come out pretty thick. When I tuft, I put the lines as close as possible within, you know, the webbing of the monk's cloth, so I'm not spacing my lines as I'm going up the back of the rug, so I haven't really noticed a difference. But it can get expensive, like if you have to buy double the yarn. I asked most of my clients, and they are very satisfied with just the 1 string. So yeah, I guess that was just my thought, but I wanted to show the raw process here. You guys are watching this video as it's just recording and going. I don't have any script or anything planned here, but I wanted to show you guys the raw way of how a rug is made, and what I truly mean when I say things that I make are truly by hand from start to finish. I try not to source anything outside of house. You know, everything is done in-house, besides like the blanks I get for like t-shirts, but everything else is my own canvas that I'm trying to create. So it truly is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. And so these gloves do not stay on. I got a bunch of finger gloves. So these leather gloves, I wanted to talk about this really quick. These leather gloves I got from my needle felting kit, and I'm still struggling with my needle felting, if you guys have been keeping up with that. I'm trying to make flowers, and they still look like chicken nuggets, so I haven't gotten the shaping down. But I use these little finger gloves for sewing through my carpet, because I have to use, and you can see it's bent. This needle has gotten some miles on it. It's a leather needle, and it's very sharp. It's not blunt like an embroidery needle. This needle has to be sharp so it can pierce through the set glue, and through the yarn, and through the monk's cloth, and maybe even through the hot glue from the edges. So I need a very, very sharp needle, and I've pricked myself, and it's not fun. And then these other gloves, they have metal plates, those lighter tan gloves, to help me push the yarn, or I'm sorry, this is embroidery floss I'm using to stitch it up, but to help me push that string through, and to help pull it through, sometimes I have to use pliers. And I never thought I would have just all of these tools for crafting, which I think is so funny. Using pliers and using a hammer when I set my the smaller tufting frame I have. I just have a bunch of odd tools that I need to keep with me. Oh, by the way, if you guys are looking by the glue or by my little needle pillow, that little trapezoid thing, that's the piece that you take out of the tufting gun so it won't cut, and you can get that cool loop pile effect. So I wanted to show, like, I think this is in ×4 or ×2 speed, but I wanted to show truly how long it takes to stitch up a pillow. Pillow stitching actually goes pretty quick. I can stitch a pillow up within a day, but the tufting process is truly just the art of love. Like, I don't know, a labor of love is what I'm thinking of. Just, if you are going to get into tufting, it's truly a labor of love. It takes so much to get just to get yourself started, and then to build the skill that has come with it. My efficiency has really improved. It used to take me a month to fill a canvas and do a rug, or mini rug start to finish. But now I've been able to speed up my efficiency, my process, and I can get rugs done maybe a week, 2 weeks. So the rug pillow actually took me a week because I did not have to buzz the loop pile, which is the main part of the rug. I already buzzed the lettering, which was cut pile. You should only buzz cut pile when you're tufting. Loop pile, you can save time with that. Also, a fun fact, you can get, I have a 2-in-1 tufting gun, which is more expensive, and it's really cool, so you can always switch it off whenever you feel like it. But they do make separate ones. You can get just a cut pile gun, or you can get just a loop pile gun. I'm wondering in the future if I want to have a spare gun so I don't have to wait and take apart my gun, but that's probably just being lazy. But if you have made it to the end of the vlog, thank you so much for being here and just listening to my thoughts and me rambling. We're finishing off this vlog with a sticker commission. So I did 4 custom stickers, and I designed them myself. I drew them up, and then I even cut them myself, and these are laminated, so they're waterproof stickers. This is just one set of the stickers that I did, but I did 3 other designs, and this was really fun. The client was super sweet. I'm gonna wait to mail this package. I may show that in next week's vlog, may or may not, because personal information, but I'm waiting to mail this package because I forgot to pick up extra goodies from the store. I always like to put like little extra freebies in, and so I will be mailing this off next week after I stop at the store at the end of this week. So thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.